moves it, tried a little bit out of control with that shot. Back the other way come the Bears.
He'll make that on his senior night.
Here's Friday for three. And Brown misfiring from behind the arc, 0 for 3 in the early going. And Swain is fouled, and that will take us to another break in Yale history. Right now, Swain getting a rest as August Mahoney, three-point shooter, has checked in for the first time for the Bulldogs.
And Mahoney's one of those shooters you don't want to leave open as well. So even with Swain going out, you bring in Mahoney, it still has that long game.
E.J. Jarvis, the junior out of Washington, D.C., on with Mbang, Cotton, as well as Noling and Mahoney, and this is shot clock violation. Six for Gainey, 4 for Friday, 2 for Lilly. That's the scoring for Brown so far. As a hold away from the ball coming against E.J. Jarvis of Yale. But Bulldogs have done a good job so far on Brown's leading scorer and rebounder, Tamanang Cho, who averages about 14 points and 8 boards per game. And as we said, went for 30 against the Bulldogs last month.
Yeah, and I think after that first game, the Bulldogs are going to key on him and know where he is on the court at all times.
Here is Cho, the grad student. Got the waiver to come back to Brown this season. His 5th year in Providence. And a moving screen goes against Cho. Just his first, but you know, not the start that Brown is accustomed to seeing from its probably first-team All-Ivy League big man. Cho in his career, second-team All-Ivy League twice, and this is going to be the second time that he's led the league in rebounding. Did it as a sophomore as well. Jarvis for Cotton. And now Noling, 3-time Ivy League Rookie of the Week. Been stuck on 19-12 for a while here. Both teams scoreless for north of 2 minutes. Tough shot for Cotton, doesn't go, and David Mitchell has the board. Cowan a 3. Offensive rebound fought for by Aaron Cooley, but it's taken away by Noling. Playing a little point forward here. Matt Noling on the drive, and he's fouled. Just seeing the confidence of Noling go up, up, and up as the season's gone along.
Yeah, and he's playing as a 4-man, sometimes even as the 5-man, and that's not his natural position. He's more, as we see, you know, last time up, he brought the ball up the court. He could play a 3-man, but he's the type of guy who's going to step up and do whatever it takes and whatever's best for the team.
They say it was a foul on the floor, actually. So Yale will inbound underneath, 4th team foul of the first half against Brown. Only 3 so far against Yale. Nobody on either side with 2 yet. Bezan bang, hard drive. Kelly. Beautifully done. And on senior night, that's kind of the future of Yale basketball.
Yeah, and it was a great move by Mbang just to get in the paint, and just a little dish there makes for an easy layup.
Here's Cooley. He gets the soft roll.
And the officials are really letting them bump in the paint today.
Cooley coming into tonight had not played more than 8 minutes in a game in Ivy League play, getting plenty of run with Paxton Wojcik out of the lineup for the Bears this evening. Mbang for Kelly. Cotton open triple. Teams have combined 1 for 9 from behind the arc. Not surprising, both at the bottom of the league and shooting from behind the arc. Foul underneath against Yale.
And I'm surprised Brown is not doing that more, getting those lobs, getting almost those alley-oops into Gainey. I mean, he really is head above heels of everybody else. He's such a big guy, big body, and can jump out the gym. You expect to see almost more lobs and more high passes up to him in the post.
If you're James Jones, Yale's head coach, you know, how do you game plan defensively against a player that's just, you know, frankly so much taller than anyone you have?
I think the big thing offensively is to get him out of the paint. Yale offensively, get Gainey out of the paint. So maybe you go 4 out, 1 in, right? Kind of drag him out, because don't forget, if he stays in the paint, that means it's more blocks and it's another big guy.
How about that feed for August Mahoney on the back cut? Bez Bang with a couple beautiful assists in the early going. Bang, the first year from Potomac, Maryland, who has started the last 15 games. Cho, foul on the floor again. There is a lot on the line, and we haven't talked about this with all the points we've made about Azar Swain. Obviously, one of the best players in Yale history as DK gets the steal. It's also kind of one last statement for his candidacy for Ivy League Player of the Year.
I would even take it one step further and Player of the Year in the mid-majors, because he's still up in talks of that award as well. And he's done such a great job, and he's the type of player, he loves playing in the tournament atmosphere. He loves it. He feeds off of it.
Kick ball against Brown. Earlier this year, Swain was named a semifinalist for the Lou Henson Award, which is given to the best mid-major player in the country. One of 2 Ivy League players named to that list. Jalen Llewellyn of Princeton, also a member. Swain with 9 in the early going to lead all scorers. Jalen Gabadon. Oh, he can't leave Azar open. Not tonight.
It's his night. You cannot leave him open. Super Swain. He is going to be performing all night tonight.
If there was ever a bet to have a big night on his senior night, you'd feel pretty good about Azar Swain.
And it's what separates the average players versus the great athletes, the great players. They rise to the occasion. Any obstacles, any hurdles, it makes them actually go further than just the same pace as other athletes. And he's proved it time and time again.
16 fouls against Yale, so next one will be the bonus. Free throws were a huge part of the game in Providence earlier this season as Lily drains the triple. In that game, Christine, back on January 17th, Yale took 29 free throws. Brown took only 24, but that's still a ton. Today, we've only had 2 free throws aside. And I think that's what we want, right? Not a free throw shooting contest. Step back for Swain is way too long, but Mahoney has the offensive rebound. Shot clock at 12. Gabadon, beautiful feed for Kelly.
Great cut there by Kelly. Great cut, great dish by Gabadon.
Gabadon has 3 assists to go with his 4 points on his senior night as well. Mahoney almost ripped that away. Now it's Gainey on the interior. A ball on the deck, and it's taken by Gabadon. Bulldogs want to run. Isaiah Kelly lays it home. Largest lead of the game. 2 years ago, Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year, and he's just taken his scoring and distributing to another level as a senior.
And he really does seem to get better every game.
Swain the steal, and he lays it home. And he's flexing on him.
There he is, Super Swain. Has the swagger with the steal, the layup, does it all.
14 already for Swain, who had 37 against Columbia a couple weeks ago. That was a career high. And now an offensive foul against Cho. That's 2 on him. Both on illegal screens. And Brown's leading scorer has to go to the bench.
Yeah, and he's trying to do like a dribble handoff, but he seems to, or at least the officials are saying that he's moving every time with those dribble handoffs. That's kind of like an unwritten rule with what would be a legal moving screen, but the officials today, they don't want it.
John Poulakidis has checked in for the first time for Yale. First year out of Naperville. Good size, 6'5", 190, and a good shooter. Here's DK. Azar Swain for 3, and that is way short. I think Mitchell got a piece of it. 5 to shoot for DK. Gabadon. Kelly tried to slam it, but Gainey blocked it. Still got through to the rim as this is a blocking foul on Swain. But it is not easy to throw down on the Ivy League's leading shot blocker. And Isaiah Kelly just learned that.
That's some high expectations there. Look at that. I mean, he just went. I mean, Gainey, he's so big, so tall, just takes up so much space in the paint. And it looks like Kelly, got whacked in the face a little bit on the afterplay of it. But listen, I played with some big guys. I'm not going against Gainey to the hoop. Let me tell you that much.
Well, that foul against Swain put Brown in the bonus. So a 1-and-1 coming here for Keno Lilly Jr. Outstanding free throw shooter, 84%. 5 points today for the freshman out of Glendale, Maryland. $15 points and 4 boards now for Azar Swain. The final time he'll play on this court. E.J. Jarvis, who just checked back in. Jarvis goes up over Gainey and gets the roll.
And for Yale to score in the paint, they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to keep the ball away from Gainey, almost on the weak side, and just have your body in between the ball and the defender.
4 for Jarvis, 15-point lead. Lilly came down, had nowhere to go with it. And boy, does James Jones have to be thrilled with his team's effort in the first half.
Yeah, and give that last turnover to Gabadon's credit, because he stepped over and helped side defense as quick as he is, which just made Brown indecisive in the air.
Approaching 4 minutes to go in the opening half of play. 14 points from Azar Swain, 15-point Yale lead. And Brown going with a little zone pressure here. Poulikitis couldn't hit the triple. Brown's not shooting poorly by any means, 44%, but they've taken 9 fewer shots than Yale in the first half, but a foul called. And that'll take.
But as the teams keep getting better and better, I think it's a possibility for the future for sure.
Lilly hits both free throws. And Brown's gonna try a little bit of faux pressure, but not much on Swain, Mbang, Gabadon, Poulikitis, and Jarvis on the court here for 23rd year head coach James Jones, who has built this into the power of the Ivy League. Jalen Gabadon, Mbang left open. It's cooking. Yale shooting nearly 60% from the floor.
You just can't leave any of these Yale guys open. I mean, they're just so dangerous no matter where they are on the floor.
That was only the 5th 3 of the season for Bez Mbang in 19 tries.
And he's another guy who just brought a great spark to this team second half of the season.
Yeah, you were talking with me off air before the game about, how Yale's a different team from non-conference play to conference play, and that's in large part because of the increased roles for Bez Mbang and Matt Nolan. Swain into the corner for Poulikitis, around and out. Cooley in transition, blocking foul called, and he'll shoot 2.
He might have been inside the restrictive zone, which is why they called that. From this angle, it looked like his feet were set.
So 2 shots coming for Aaron Cooley, freshman from Roxbury, Mass. A little bit of an older freshman, though. Played 2 prep years after graduating from Newton North High School. As you can see, is southpaw, who is 7 for 12 now at the free throw line this season. Kelly back in, Jarvis to the bench.
Between the two of them, Yale really doesn't lose much. They're both quality players. Again, can play 3-man, 4-man, or 5-man at any point, defensively or offensively.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about those guys, none of them really, are averaging a double-double or anything like that. But if you put them combined, that's what you need as production from your big men. Kelly inside, and he's fouled.
And they do the little things right. They're getting the rebounds. They're getting the steals defensively. I mean, they're guarding some tough big guys in the paint.
Well, Mike Martin seems to be sensing this first half getting away from his team, so he's going to go back to his leading scorer Cho with 2 fouls and 2:15 to go after these free throws from Isaiah Kelly. Noling and Cotton back in for Yale. And as we said, Cho in for Brown. Kelly just 61% at the line, but looked a lot better on those two, and the lead is 16. Bulldogs shooting 55% from the floor. They've taken 10 more shots than Brown in this game. Cooley. Nice play going around Cotton. Cooley just averages 7 minutes a game, but getting more run tonight with injuries, and also kind of a look at the future for Brown. This is the last game of the season for the Bears as Swain got ahead of himself and lost it out of bounds. It's kind of an opportunity for Mike Martin to take a look at some of his younger players as you look forward to the future of this program. Coach Martin in his 10th year was hired back in 2012. At that time was the 4th youngest coach in all of Division I. 4-year starter in the early 2000s at Brown at guard. Difficult shot for Lilly.
What a finish there. Just a nice little rainbow shot up and over everybody.
Azar Swain with 14 in the first half. And he's fouled. That's the 7th team foul against Brown, so 1-1 coming for Swain, who is in the top 10 in the country in free throw shooting, and now Yale's senior is checking in for the first time. Jamil Alausa, who has been dealing with injuries all season, in for the first time and getting a really nice ovation from the crowd. Even Azar Swain, who's about to shoot free throws, was clapping for him. And a shocking miss at the line for
Rare
Swain.
miss there, rare
He's
miss.
91%. And don't look now, but Brown's kind of crept back in this, just a 12-point game with a minute left. Cooley, great feed for Gainey, who throws it down.
He barely even has to jump, and he's already dunking it.
Quick 6-0 run, and now Yale with a chance to go 2 for 1 here. Here's Swain. And he pushed off. Offensive foul on Azar Swain, his second.
Good call by the officials there. He took his bar arm just a little too far and pushed off. Good call.
Our officials tonight, Matt Dorn, Greg Moyer, and David Powell, if you're just joining us. Yale up by 10, and less than a second differential shot clock, game clock here, so Brown can hold for 1. Keno Lilly Jr.'s had a big first half with 9 points. Second leading scorer for Brown this season, and a great candidate for the Ivy League Rookie of the Year. Keno Lilly Jr., good feed inside. Cho lays it home, his first bucket of the game. As we are ready for the second 20 minutes of basketball here at Lee Amphitheater. Cho, Friday, Gainey, Cowan, and Lilly Jr. on the court for the Bears. Step back jumper, Cho a little long, and you have to give Noling tons of credit for how he's defended Cho in this game.
Yeah, and that was one of the key matchups I was kind of watching that whole first half. If I'm Brown basketball, I'm trying to have Gainey touch the ball every single time down the court. Doesn't mean you have to shoot or score, but it'll open everything up for their shooters once he starts touching the ball and the Yale defense collapse on him.
Nice move in the post from Matt Noling there. First bucket of the day for him, and the alley-oop on the other end for Gainey. That's exactly what you called for.
Exactly, and you could see even last time down on the pick and roll, same thing could have happened. It could have just been an alley-oop to Gainey in the post. So we'll keep an eye on that, but I think that's going to be Brown's bread and butter today.
10 points now for Gainey, the reigning Ivy League Player of the Week. Screen for Bez-Mbang. Hard drive to the rim, a little too long, and a late foul called will send Mbang to the line. Foul goes against Keno Lilly Jr., his second. And Bez-Mbang will shoot 75% free throw shooter.
And Mbang, he's done so well this year for Yale. He's just so fast, so quick, brings a great spark. Another guy who does everything and all the intangibles just to help this team.
When you get to this point of the season, obviously so much still on the line for Yale, but the way Mbang has played since conference play started, I mean, you get so excited about what he can do the next 3 years here. There's Keno Lilly. Tried the wraparound pass, out of bounds off Yale. Lilly, another guy with a really bright future, perhaps the leading candidate for the Ivy League Rookie of the Year. Joe, nice spin move inside, and the foul.
And now
Tamanang Joe, two-time second-team All-Ivy League performer, will go to the line to try and complete the three-point play.
And this is what Brown has to do, right? Let Cho take control. He knows how to score. He knows how to get the hoop. He knows how to get to the hoop. He's their leader. He's obviously a super senior almost, the graduate student here. And this is what Brown needs if they want to come back into this game.
Cho went over 1,000 points for his career earlier this season, averaging a career-high 14 points and 8.2 rebounds per game coming in. Azar Swain. Tough pass, good catch by Kelly. Swain, step back triple. Looked like that first shot that he pump faked might have been the easier one.
Yeah, he's just trying to get his feet set over there. Obviously now, Brown defense has to be aware of him if they weren't already aware of him. But once he gets on that hot streak, he's hard to stop.
Kelly in the post, gets to his left a little long. It was an 8-0 run to finish the first half for Brown, and the Bears have come out well in the second. Joe inside, lays it home. 5 in a row for Tamanang Cho.
And all of a sudden, we have a ball game.
Mbang. Gabadon, wide open three, and Yale needed that in the worst way. 7 points for Jalen Gabadon. Friday looking to answer. And Swain rips down his 5th rebound of the game. Nobody on this team averages more than 5 rebounds a game for Yale. It's kind of just gang grabbing it. Gabadon. Oh, nearly sent this crowd into a frenzy.
Wow, if Gabadon would have hit that, this whole place would have erupted. He just broke his ankles.
Joe had it poked away by Noling. Matt Noling in transition all the way to the rim. And the call's a block. We've talked a lot tonight about how Yale has these interchangeable bigs. Noling's the only one who can do this. Get the ball and take it down the floor himself.
Yeah, he's playing like a 3-man. He's playing like an off guard there. Little cookies, taking the cookies from the Brown players, and off you go on the fast break.
Sophomore out of Ellington, Connecticut, playing his first year for Yale. Was a 2-time All-State selection in the 2020 Connecticut Player of the Year at East Catholic High School, averaging more than 10 points a game over his last 14 after scoring barely more than 2 a game the first half of the season.
And if you're going to peak, you want to peak once you hit Ivy play, and then obviously for Ivy madness. So James Jones and the coaching staff they've done a great job with all those adjustments from the out-of-conference schedule.
Joe once again looking to go to work. Gets the switch with Kelly on him. And Gainey lost it out of bounds. It's Yale ball. Mike Martin doesn't agree, but can't find an official who agrees with him.
I think the officials are all running away from him. He's been very vocal, we'll say, on the sideline tonight with these officials.
Coach Martin's done such a good job here at Brown, a program that, if you ask anyone, they think this is going in the right direction. Swain inside, first bucket of the half for Azar Swain. He has 16 points. See if Brown has an answer. Cho left open. Gainey, a great offensive rebound, and Gainey puts it back and in.
Yeah, I think the big thing with tonight is Azar Swain actually got hot a little earlier than he usually does. Sometimes he'll pick it up the end of the first half and then have an explosive second half. He actually started really early tonight, just hitting those shots.
Here is Swain for three. Huh, is that what you wanted?
Right on cue.
19 points for Azar Swain. And he is now 2 away from 9th in Yale history in single season scoring as Cho gets himself back to the free throw. Has 5 already in the opening minutes of the second.
Yeah, and he's really stepping it up in this second half. Kind of taking the team, putting it on his shoulders, putting it on his back, and doing whatever it takes. And he's getting to the line, he's getting to the hole, and he's getting them points.
Despite everybody jumping into the lane there, that was not a 1-and-1. This is a shooting foul, so 2 shots for Cho, and he splits the pair. Nolan pulls down the rebound. See if Yale can get Nolan going a little bit. Just 3 points and 2 boards for the 3-time Ivy League Rookie of the Week. Cotton is back in with Swain, Mbang, Jarvis, and the aforementioned Matt Nolan. 19 points for Azar Swain. Has 5 in the last couple moments before the timeout.
And Brown's switching up to a little zone defense here right now, which is tough against the good shooters of Yale. As we see right there, it's a perfect example.
Jarvis makes him pay. He has 6.
And we've seen this season where teams go to zone against Yale, and it's just not successful.
Lilly the floater up for Gainey. You called for the lobs for the big man in the first half. Second alley-oop jam in the second.
That was one of my keys for Brown for this second half. Get it to Gainey. Get it up. Play above the rim a little bit. Let him get these high percentage dunks.
Now Nolan working on Cho. Tough shot. Left it short. And now Gainey with 14 points and 9 rebounds, closing in on a double-double. Cho. Kept alive with plenty of time to shoot here for Brown. Trails the game by 11. Lilly with 9 and a foul on Bez Mbang. Just the 3rd team foul of the second half against Yale. We told you earlier when Yale beat Brown up in Providence in the middle of January, it was a game that was marked by tons of free throws. Team combined for 53 of them between Brown and Yale, finished a 3-point Yale win that day. One of a number of very close losses in Ivy League play for Brown this season.
And what a difference where that puts you in the standings, right?
Foul goes against the Bears. Yeah, this season, Christine, Brown has played 7 Ivy League games that have been decided by 4 points or fewer. And the Bears are 2-5 in those games. Conversely, Yale is 4-0 in Ivy League games decided by 1 possession. So your results in those close games are what determines whether you're headed to Boston next week for the Ivy League tournament or you're not.
Yeah, and we've talked all year just about how I feel like this year the Ivy League teams are so even from top to bottom where it could be anyone's game. Obviously, home court advantage helps, but so many close games all season long.
Mbang with the shot clock under 10. And a blocking foul against Mitchell. And now the foul's starting to rack up on both sides. 4 team fouls now against the Bears with still north of 13 minutes to go. There's Mbang. Caught in a triple. Fight for the board, and that's a foul against Jarvis.
Yeah,
Both teams getting a little handsy, Christine.
A little over the back there. But, you know, he's crashing the boards. They want the rebounds. They're going for it.
Looks like Jarvis gave Cho kind of a TSA check going for that rebound. So Brown basketball, and this is kind of the second time in the game we've been stuck on a score for a while. Yale has not scored in nearly 2 minutes. Brown the same, 54-43 here. DK is on the bench with 4 fouls for Yale. Only player in foul trouble for the Bulldogs. Cowan has 3 for Brown. 6 to shoot. And a late foul called. Looked clean up top, but maybe a body bump underneath.
And we really didn't see that explosiveness from Cho in the first half at all.
And how about this, Christine? Now 4 fouls on Jarvis.
That could come into play. We'll see this again. I mean, and Gabadon does such a great job defensively, always moving his feet. But, I mean, that's a quick move by Cho to the hoop right there.
76% free throw shooter. But Cho is just 2 for 4 now in the game from the line. Brown has left some points on the table, 6 of 12 shooting free throws. Gainey back in, Cho to the bench. And it's a 10-point game. Closest it's been is 8 in the second half. That was right at the start of the half, but Yale has not been able to extend the lead. Brown has not gotten closer than 8. A little full court pressure here.
And Brown's really hung in. You know, if they wanted to, they could just fold it up and go home.
Oh, a swat up top by Gainey, but a foul underneath goes against David Mitchell. And you see Mike Martin not happy. And I heard him yell, "Stop fouling." So
yeah, well,
maybe good advice.
Gainey had the clean block. It's Mitchell. He's yelling at Mitch because Mitch was the one who got him with the body.
So
but hey, if you have a guy like Gainey, right, go ahead. Let someone try and take it to the hoop. Just know it. I mean, he's just going to pin it on the backboard or send it into the 10th row.
Now 20 points and 6 rebounds for Azar Swain today. 13th time over 20 points this season for the senior out of Brockton. A 12-point lead for Yale, 12 and a half minutes to go. Swain with 21, Gainey with 14 for Brown. Only 2 players in this game in double figures. Both groups still shooting north of 50% from the field. Keno Lilly, a lot of contacts, and he'll shoot 2. And both teams are very quickly approaching the bonus with tons of time left in this game.
And in the first half, it seemed like the officials were letting them really bang in the paint. But now they're not letting it go on these drives at all.
16 fouls against Yale, 5 against Brown. So this is going to be a potential free throw shooting contest the rest of the way. Lilly's a great free throw shooter, over 80%. On the season, Yale 75% as a team, which is second in the league. Brown is 4th at just under 72%. 1 for 2 trip. Again, Brown now 8 of 14 at the free throw line in this game. Here's Gabadon, who just came back in. 7 points for him on senior night. Azar Swain fading and floating and doesn't get the bounce. And Gainey now with the double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds as a walk is called on. DK and Jarvis each with 4 fouls, and Azar Swain getting probably his last rest of the night here. See what the Bulldogs can do offensively with their star on the bench. And a lot of times when he is on the bench, it's this guy, Jalen Gabadon, who takes over. Oh, nearly got the roll. Kelly and one.
And we've seen that all day from Isaiah Kelly. He's just there, just clean up everyone's junk. And even with the big guys in. I don't know how that shot from Gabadon didn't go down. That was up, it almost went down into the nylon and then came back out.
10.7 boards for Kelly. Scores just 6 and grabs 4 rebounds a game on the season. Stepping up in the regular season finale for sure. Quick 5-1 spurt here for Yale. Back up by a couple touchdowns. And the entry pass is a little wild as August Mahoney and Aaron Cooley got caught up a little. So a Brown turnover. Turnover's not a huge story today. 10 for Brown, only 5 for Yale.
And that's something the coaching staff really wanted to work on today. Limit the turnovers, take care of the basketball. And I think they've done a good job with it.
Here's Cotton. Back for Gabadon. Mahoney, Kelly, and Mbang. Small lineup on the court here for Yale. Cotton looking to go to work. Friday, hard drive, blocking foul, and Yale's in the bonus, so that'll be a 1-and-1 coming for Dan Friday, the sophomore out of Detroit. First foul against Mahoney, and Friday, who's 80%, will shoot the 1-and-1.
Yeah, Mahoney just wasn't able to get his feet there in time. Still moving a bit as Friday was going to the hoop.
Brown's free throw shooting continues to be a major issue in this game. 8 for 15 at the line. Yale is 10 for 12. And Brown is not a poor free throw shooting team on the season. Well over 70% as a unit. Isaiah Kelly working on a double-double today. Left that a little short, and Cho has the board. He just came back in. 9 points for Tamanang Cho, the leading scorer and rebounder for Brown. Tough shot for Lilly, and Bezem Bang clears the board. And Bang. And Gabadon and Kelly were looking at each other to see who that pass was for, but it'll stay with Yale here.
Tough with the no-look pass there from Bang Bang. Neither of the guys knew who it was for. But I thought we were going to see that replay there. I mean, it was so fast that came through.
Azar Swain on the bench with 21 points for Yale. James Jones looking to steal some minutes without his senior on the floor. August Mahoney. Good hands there, nearly a steal for Perry Cowan, who is in with 3 fouls. He and Lilly and Mitchell, all with 3 personals for the Bears. DK and Jarvis, each with 4 for the Bulldogs. 59-45. Yale leads, just under 10 minutes to go. Mbang, shake and bake 3, and Gabadon the offensive rebound. How about Gabadon today? 7 points, but 6 assists.
Yeah, he's done a great job with that. Everyone's just been collapsing on him, and he's just been able to find, a lot of times it's Kelly for the dunk as well.
Gabadon inside, lays it home. Largest lead of the game for Yale, it is 16. Keno Lilly looking to go quickly. Pass into the corner, nearly stolen away by Cotton. How about the Yale bench today, Christine, outscoring Browns 13-6.
It's so important once you hit Ivy Madness and playoffs, well, even the conference play, that you have depth, right? You've got to be able to sub in those guys and give your starters.
Cooley plus the foul.
Give your starters breaks, and Yale has shown that all year long, that they have the players that can step in and play. and they don't miss a beat.
Swain back in for Yale. 21 points today, which puts him 9th all-time in single-season scoring in Yale history. 1 point away from 8th. He has an outside chance if Yale can win the Ivy League tournament and play one game in the NCAA tournament of getting to 2nd all-time in a season in school history. Came into the night 103 points away from that. So that's, you know, somewhere around 25 points a game for 4 games as he leaves this one way short. And this off Lilly, so it'll stay with Yale.
I think a little too much confidence there on that shot. I don't think he saw the other defender right behind him.
If nothing else, Azar has the green light.
Oh, 100%. If it was anyone else, Coach James Jones would just yank him and put him on the bench. But it's all right for Swain.
Kelly on the handoff. Mahoney, a deep triple. Ho-ho! August Mahoney! First bucket of the night, and it's a bomb.
And Swain set him up with that no-look pass on the perimeter.
Mahoney, a 36% three-point shooter. Lead is 16. Cowan, and one again. No give up in this Brown group. Third foul there against Azar Swain. And Cowan goes to the line where he is just 5 for 7 on the season. So not a lot of attempts for the junior out of Chicago. Little full court pressure here for Brown. Trying to make it difficult on Yale, who has really not turned the ball over today. Noling blocked away by Gainey. Still 10 seconds to shoot for the Bulldogs. Mbang, 3 to shoot. Offensive rebound for Noling. And a reset to 20. Yale dominating the offensive boards, a 10-2 advantage on Brown.
It's really been a game differential today is those offensive boards.
Mahoney the floater, and Gainey has his 11th board.
And not only are they leading the offensive boards, but they're undersized as well.
Loose ball, and Swain comes away with it. And Brown is #1 in the Ivy League in offensive rebounding coming in. Mbang to the rim. Good hands there by Lilly. Stays with the Bulldogs here. Extra pass, August Mahoney. Offensive rebound, Kelly, and he draws the foul. All the loose center this season. Everybody's had a game at Levites Pavilion. They've all played on that court. They've all seen what those rims are like as Isaiah Kelly hits the first free throw. So it's a neutral site, and it's a place that every team should have the exact same amount of comfort, however much or however little.
Yeah, no, that definitely is a part of it. They've all been there. They know the routine. They know where the locker rooms are. They know how the rims are. They know if they're tight. They know all of that, which will help. But it's an even playing field at that point.
7 minutes to go here, a 14-point lead for Yale. Isaiah Kelly now with 12 points and 9 rebounds as the 3 from the corner was no good for Cowan. Stick back for Gainey plus the foul. It's the 3rd and 1 in the last couple minutes, and it's keeping Brown in the game. Remember, the Bears are playing without Paxton Wojcik today, their 3rd leading scorer at nearly 10 a game. E.J. Jarvis back in with 4 fouls for James Jones. And Gainey will be at the line here to shoot for the and 1. 16 points, 12 rebounds, and it stays there for Gainey. Good job to track that down by Matt Nolan. How about the way Gainey is finishing his career, though? Senior out of North Carolina. A couple weeks ago had 3 straight double-digit scoring games for the first time in his 4 years in Providence. Ivy League Player of the Week last week, had 8 blocks in their last game against Columbia. Another double-double today.
I'm really impressed with him, not only this year, but how he's playing here today. I mean, the reason why all of Yale's guys are in foul trouble is because of him in the paint.
Nice up and under move from Noling. You would think a lock for the all-rookie team. Matt Noling puts Yale back up 14. And this is off of Brown, Yale basketball. Bulldogs are now +8 in the turnover margin in this game.
And a lot of the turnovers that Brown has had have just been little miscommunications like that. Really had nothing to do with the Yale defensive pressure there.
Some good minutes late for August Mahoney for Yale. This is Swain, he's fouled. And he'll shoot 1 and 1, 8th team foul on Brown. That's not the guy you want to foul on a reach-in like that when you're trying to make a comeback. He's 90%. We talked about this before the game off air, but you know, with obviously the canceled season a year ago, everybody had a choice to make, and some guys stayed in school and went elsewhere maybe into the portal. Some transferred last year, and some did what Azar Swain did, which was you unenroll, keep your last year of eligibility, come back here to Yale, and you know, it's an individual case by case, what the right choice was for you. But Azar comes back here, an outstanding Ivy League Player of the Year type season, and now he's going to go down as undoubtedly one of the best players in the history of this program. And he now has 22 points on his senior night.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's so crazy, that COVID world and everything we had to live through. And we're doing it as adults, and now, you know, we're asking these players to make these life-changing decisions at age 19, 20, whatever it is. So, I mean, I know everyone in the Yale community is so glad that he stayed, and he's just gotten better and better every game.
Jarvis. And bang. Extra pass for Gabadon. Still time left, but Brown's got to start getting some buckets down 15. This is the guy who can do it. It's Cho. Just 9 points today. Around the world he goes. Nearly a travel. Cho tried to go up and under and missed long. Now Yale's going to slow it down, sensing perhaps an 11th Ivy League win and 17th overall in the season.
Yeah, at this point, no reason to push the shot clock. Take as much time as you can off of it. Work the ball around. Let everyone get touches.
And bang. 7 points for Bez. 17-point Yale lead, largest of the game. Keno Lilly Jr. playing his final game of the season. Might be the Ivy League Rookie of the Year. Gainey, one of the most improved players in this league, now has 18 points and 13 rebounds today.
And on that last play, he went up and switched hands mid-air just to stay away from the defender, to not have it blocked.
You watch him play and you wonder how he's not getting a double-double every night.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not just a big body. I mean, he's explosive. He's mobile. He's completely shutting down the paint. And this Yale team is different than those first few games that we were here with and that we called. We know they have a tough out-of-conference schedule. A lot of the Ivy League teams will do that. Brown, you know, took North Carolina at the very beginning of the year down to the final minutes. We know the Ivies can compete.
Almost showtime.
But you can just see this Yale team and how much they've improved since the beginning.
Tamaneng Cho playing in his final game in a Brown uniform. Cooley spins inside and gets the roll. It's down to 11, not over yet. Brown's going to put the full court press on here. Yale's only turned the ball over 6 times in the game. Gabadon inside, Kelly. And this time, he'll back it out. Run some time off the clock.
Yeah, still working that clock.
And the shot clock reset, but there was no shot. So we'll have to fix this.
I'm not even sure if the shot clock even started because they still had it a few seconds and it was still stuck at 30.
So we'll see on this. You know, another thing that's been proven in the last couple of years is, you know, just how much talent Yale really had. When you look at guys like Jordan Bruner, who went and helped lead Alabama to being a top 10 team in the country last year. Paul Atkinson, who's maybe the best player on Notre Dame this season, right? So you look at how good the players James Jones has brought here to Yale are, and you really see why this has been the best program in the league over the last few years if you combine it all. Overall, I mean, in the last 7 seasons, Yale, including tonight, if they win, will be 74-24 in Ivy League play. 50 games over 500 in 7 seasons.
And the way this coaching staff works so hard on and off the court, they do such a great job recruiting, not only bringing in good basketball players, but good young men that are coming in here that are great for the community. And, you know, we were talking about off air just about Gabadon. He's creating his own company, and he's already, you know, way ahead of anyone his age. They're just great guys, and we're around them here on, you know, we see them on the court and talk with them off the court. And they're a great group, and that's a credit to the type of players that this coaching staff brings in year after year after year.
So we're still trying to get the shot clock straightened out here. And this is a game that is obviously not over, 3:15 left. And we just added lots of time to this game, apparently. Maybe they want Azar to break the career record tonight. All right, there we go, 3:03. And the shot clock is at 17 as a DK back in with 4 fouls. Again, another senior being honored here tonight, one of 4 on the Yale roster. DK got this game off to a good start, had 4 points in the early moments, then got in foul trouble, playing in his first game in more than a month.
Yeah, he's another guy that's just had some, you know, injury issues this year, just kind of hampered him a bit.
Here is DK, 1 second to shoot, and he didn't get it off. Shot clock violation. And Brown gets it back here on a 6-0 run. And who knows, you hit a couple threes, might be right back in it, but Brown is just 1 of 10 from behind the arc in this game. And I think that's an area that Mike Martin's going to look to for his team to improve on next season. As Brown, 8th out of 8 in three-point field goal percentage this season. It's a team that does a ton of things really well, and if you can knock down some threes, you can really jump up the standings pretty quickly.
And like you said earlier in the broadcast, they lost so many games by only a few points that if literally the ball bounced in a different direction, you would see them in the top 4.
Step back for Lilly is no good. Tip is full court pressure continues for Brown. Yale with Swain, Gabadon, Noling, DK, Kelly on the floor. Kelly will pull it out for Swain. 8-0 run here for Brown. Yale has not scored in about 2.5 minutes.
And
10 to shoot for DK.
Brown's switching from full court press, just going back into this 3-2 zone, it looks like.
DK at the end of the shot clock. No, Gainey ripping it down. 20 points and 15 rebounds, a career night for Jalen Gainey.
He's been great tonight. He's been all over, just dominating the post.
Bears need to continue scoring. Joe for 3. Left it short. Big rebound for Gabadon. 90 seconds to go. I mean, Gainey's last 2 games, 20 and 15 today, 2 blocks. Last game against Columbia, 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 blocks. Almost a triple-double. Loose ball, DK going after it, and does save it.
Great hustle, great hustle by DK there.
Noling gives off for Kelly, and he lays it home. Isaiah Kelly with 14 points and 9 rebounds. Mike Martin wants timeout, and Yale's lead is 11. Three is off the side of the backboard. Gainey, another rebound. Good pass for Cho, who dunks it. No timeouts left for Brown. Yale has 3 if they want it. Foul on the far side goes against Aaron Cooley, and DK will shoot free throws.
Just going back to Swain, don't forget that 2 years ago, Yale was, I believe, the #1 seed before the tournament got canceled. So he's still missing all of those what would have been postseason games. You figure at least 1 or 2 Ivy Madness games. Plus, if they were to finish #1 or win that Ivy Madness, going off to March Madness. So he's still missing a few games to add to all of his career statistics.
4 points for DK today. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Knowling the offensive rebound. And Yale's going to take time out here. And James Jones is going to get his seniors one last ovation on this floor.
Great tribute to the seniors here.
I mean, you think about all the hard work over 4 or 5 years nowadays that these guys have put in, and this is a special moment. And you still have a lot on the line over the next couple weeks. Ivy League tournament, you hope an NCAA tournament, but I mean, these are the moments that you'll remember.
And what a crazy few years it's been, right? For them to go through, everything the world has in the past 2 years, and to see them smiling and, just loving the game of basketball. It's great for these fans here and everyone who showed up today.
So all the seniors out, inbound for Mbang, and Brown will continue to foul here. That is the 10th team foul, so double bonus time. I mean, this team's not giving up. Still offense, defense, substitutions. It's only a 3-possession game. Crazier things have happened. 41 seconds left. See there, Michael Feinberg, junior out of California, who just came in for the first time. As Mbang will shoot 2, 75% at the line. Some missed free throws down the stretch here for Yale. Just 12 of 18 in the game. Might not end up mattering tonight, but once you get to the Ivy League tournament, those can be very important in tight games down the stretch.
That's something the coaching staff is definitely going to harp on as well.
Back to a 10-point lead. And a steal for Bess Mbang. Foul against Lilly, his 5th. He's fouled out. And his tremendous freshman year comes to an end by fouling out. Take a look there. Yale's women's basketball team, Camilla Emsbo, had a huge game today in an easy win against Brown up in Providence. They will be the 3 seed in the Ivy League tournament and take on Columbia in the semifinal next weekend. Obviously, Princeton, a great year, sweeping both the men's and women's regular season titles. First time since the mid-2000s anyone's done that. But Yale, getting both teams in the tournament, only other school to do that. Nice drive by Cooley, back to an 8-point game. Mbang, who just missed the 2 free throws. Feinberg ahead for Cotton. And Brown still playing it out, fouls Matthew Cotton. Foul goes against Felix Kloman, who had a couple minutes at the end of the first half, but back in now. Cotton is 72%. And now in for Yale is Teo Rice, in for the first time, the rookie getting a little bit of run at the end of this game. Couple more free throw misses.
Yeah, Cotton's had a rough game offensively as far as scoring aspects.
Cowan's three, no good. Rebound for Jarvis.
Brown foul number 25, Taman Cho, his third. E.J. Jarvis shooting 2.
6 points and 5 boards today for E.J. Jarvis. And Yale's going to go to 14-5 with Jarvis in the lineup against 3 and 6. He's missed time with injury this season. Clearly the Bulldogs a much better team with E.J. on the floor, but the free throw bug is hitting Yale here. They've missed 5 in a row.
Get it out now, guys. Get it out now. Do not want to have this come playoffs.
There you go. 7 for Jarvis. Under 10 seconds to go. Cho for 3. No good. Mahoney the board, and the Bulldogs